Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to review my 2025 planners. So I'm going to take everything out of the box first, and then we're going to go over why I have 3 planners and also the other additions I made to these planners. Let me just grab everything. There you go. So let me start with my main planner for the beginning of the year, which is going to be this one. And let me just bring you guys a little bit closer so you see better, and also a little bit more. There you go. I think that's better. So this planner here, let me first explain why I have 3. So I bought a planner from the same company that I bought last year. So this is a Brazilian company called Inside Papelaria. And let me show you guys my planner, my current planner right here. This one is the one I'm using for 2024. And this is how I use it. I have a daily view, and then I have a weekly view, and then I have a monthly view. So this is very important for me because it works so well for my work, and I really need at least the daily view. So in the daily view, I usually put here the hours that I work for each project or each activity that I have. And then here I put just my tasks for the day. And then on the weekly, I use this half sheet insert to write all of the tasks that I have for the week. And so the system works very, very well for me. If you guys want, I can do a detailed explanation of how I'm using the planner. But this is a system that has been working for the past 2 or 3 years. So I decided that I was going to invest in the same brand of planner this year. And why do I have 3? Is because this year I decided to put a lot of extra sections in my planner, so I can go through these sections with you a little bit into the video. But basically I wanted to add a lot of extra sections, and I also wanted to have a monthly, weekly and daily view. So that demands a lot of space. That's why I have 3 different covers. One is for the first 4 months of the year, then the second is for the second 4 months of the year, and then the final 3 months of the year. And that's pretty much the reason why I have 3 different planners for 2025. For next year, I think I'm gonna try to make everything fit into one planner, but I don't know if I'm going to make this possible because I do have quite a few pages. So let's go over my planners. This is going to be the first one. So the first, so technically the first 4 months of the year. However, when I'm using a planner, I like to have all of the monthly views for all months with me, and then I add the weeklies and the dailies for the current month that I am in. Otherwise it's going to be very heavy, and I don't want a super heavy planner. So that's what we have here in this cover. This is a collection that is more like I forgot the name, is Fancy Cottage or something cottage. So it has a lot of farm animals, it has a lot of calming drawings. So I really, really liked the covers of this collection. And for some reason this year, the company wasn't able to put numbers in the cover. I know for a fact that last year they were able because they did it for me. So I just decided to put it in Roman numbers. So this is 2025. M is for 1,000, and then X is for 10, and then the V is for 5, so 2025. And then at the back, it's just the same drawing. The finishing of this cover is very, very soft. It's like, I don't know, it has such a soft touch. Is a different material from last year. I think they increased the quality of the planners. And then for this year, I decided to go with the golden coil. Just so you know, this planner, I bought it on September 12th, I think, and it came to my house on December 12th. So 3 months later. They did have an issue with the amount of planners that were bought during the release. So they weren't able to produce them in a reasonable time, let's say. But for me, the only thing that mattered is that it came before the new year. So that worked for me. Then we have here the same drawing on the back and the 2025 logo in golden foil. I'm not sure if you guys can see that. So let me just do that like this. So it's in golden foil. It's a beautiful finishing. This cover here is very, very beautiful. Then we have a little letter saying welcome to 2025. And here we have the paper pockets. And I'm going to go over the stickers that I bought. So they released a lot of stickers. This year they decided to do differently from last year. They made the basic planner with the vision that you wanted for the week. So you could choose, I think, dashboard, hourly, vertical, horizontal. There were a couple of options that you could choose from. And you had the base planner and you could add extra sections. So budgeting, travel plans, weekly review, and a couple of different extra sections that I'm going to show you. So you could just buy the planner, the basic planner that was less expensive, or you could buy the extras. And one of the extras were the stickers. So I bought one of each sticker. So we have here the dots, and these dots are a little bit different from what I usually see because they have the small dot inside and then a circle outside that you can also use. So for me, that was very, very intelligent. And then we have here the mystery. So it's very cute. I really love the drawings and the designs of this collection. We have autumn foods, wood creatures, 1 and 2, very, very cute. And then secret garden, very nice. So these are all beautiful. I plan on using them mostly on the monthly view. So let's keep going. Here we have an overview of the year with the Brazilian holidays here. And then we have a space that you can write special events during the year or other holidays that you want to put. So if you don't live in Brazil, for example, you can just ignore this part, and then here you can write the actual holidays. So I thought this was very intelligent and very nice because this way you make the planner more functional for everyone. Then we have important dates of 2025 here. I usually use this for birthdays. And we have the yearly overview in lists. This is very useful, especially for my home office days. When I need to take a home office day, I have 25 during the year. I write down when I did that, and I have a better control of how many I have left. And finally, we have the year in pixels, and we have 2 pages of that. What I'm going to try to do for this year, for 2025 actually, is my mood and also the weather. I tried to do the same thing for 2024, but I didn't use it as much. So for 2025, I'm going to try to make this a habit to just fill this up. And finally, we have the big objectives for 2025. So they did make the start of the planner a little bit shorter. This way you could include the other sections if you wanted. And if you don't use this part, you don't have to have it. So I think that's better. Then we get into the months. So for this year, they decided to go with a thicker paper for the dividers, which is great. So each month has on the back of the divider a space for priorities, important notes, and notes for the month. And then the first page of the month is always the goals and focus of the month, then the priority and goals, and finally the small goals for the month, and also the habits control here on the side. Then we have the monthly view. I love this monthly view because it has plenty of space, and you also have space here for lists. So usually I just put here on this side either important things that I need to do for work or important events for the month for my pre-planning. Then we have here January, or the month in a list, and I use this to write down everything that I ate for lunch and dinner. But this year I added an extra section that is meal control, so I don't think I'll need to use that for this, and I'm not sure what I'm going to use this for yet. Then we have 4 lists here that you can use during the month. Again, I usually use this to control the amount of hours I spend on each project and activity of my work. So I think for this, for 2025, I'm going to do pretty much the same thing. And finally, this is the different view that I chose for this year. So last year I chose, actually 2024, I chose the vertical check view. So I'm just going to show you what it looks like. This is it. So it doesn't have hours, it just has a vertical layout with a little checkbox for each different line. And this was very, very helpful during the year. I think it worked quite well. However, I did want, since the beginning, to have a view with hours. However, from this company, I didn't want to buy it because it started, I think, at 8 and then it ended at 8 p.m. and it didn't have the half-hour sections that I wanted. However, for this year, the owner of this brand decided to create a group chat with a bunch of different clients and decide what the 2025 inserts were going to look like. So it was a very, very particular and customized experience. However, it was very hard on her, and that's why she had so many issues with the production. It was so customized and there were so many planners that were bought that she wasn't able to physically have enough time to make them in the due date that she planned. So that's why a lot of clients were not happy and there were a couple of issues, but I think mine came perfectly. So I'm very happy with the final result, and I'm very happy to have this new layout that I created for myself. So in this layout, we start at 5 a.m. and end at midnight. And we have the half-hour sections, which is exactly what I needed. So I'm really, really happy with how this turned out. And for each week, we have space here for a picture or for a phrase, motivational phrase. And then we have space here for a small checklist and for the habits. And we also have an overview of the month. So this goes on for the whole month. And then at the end of the month, we always have a monthly review in which we can analyze how our month went. So here we have a summary of the month, top 3 of the month, things that made me proud or happy, things I'm grateful for. Then we have the self-evaluation that you can put the things that you want to evaluate and then give a value for each of them. The best things of the month, habits that I wasn't able to maintain, goals that I was able to reach this month, challenges and lessons learned, and then things for next month. And then, like I said, I bought the extra section for meal planning. So this extra section, let me see if I have some extras here. Yeah, I do. So let me show you guys what it looks like, this section. Okay, so it's this one, and I already put some pages for January. So this one is the meal planning section, and it comes with quite a few of this same page. So here we have the weekly meal planning. So we have here the days of the week: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then here on top, you can write the different meals that you want to plan. For example, breakfast, lunch, midday lunch. Then we have dinner and snack, something like that. And then you can plan what you're going to cook for each one of these. And then at the back, we have a list for everything that you want to buy for groceries, and then a space for notes where you can write, for example, recipes or anything else that you want. And we have quite a few pages of them, quite a few of these pages. And like I said, I put some of them here on January. So after each, or before each week, I put one of these pages. So before the week, I can just plan what I'm going to do. Then we start on the daily pages. So the dailies are pretty much the same as from last year. So we have an overview of the month here on top. We have our top priorities for the day, a space that you can write anything you want. Then we have our schedule here from 5 a.m. until midnight. And then we have a space for tasks and a space for notes. So it's pretty much the same thing. As you can see, this is from 2024 and this is for 2025. The only thing that changed actually is that it's a little bit lighter than what we had last year. As you can see here, when we compare, it's lighter than last year. And I really like this layout, so I'm really happy the owner kept it and didn't change anything of it. Okay, so let's keep going. So we have the dailies. And one thing that I thought was a little bit strange was that after Sunday, as you can see, after each Sunday, we have a notes page, a dotted page that we can use to take notes, but I'm not sure why she did that. Because I think what I wanted was to have the weekly review on this page here. But she made a separate sheet for the weekly review. And in this weekly review, we have pretty much the same things that we have on the monthly review, but it's just for the week. And then at the back, we have more dots. So I think I'm going to try to write a little bit more on the back, just to use the space and kind of decompress and review in more detail my week. Then this is going to be the same thing for the next weeks. We're going to have the meal planning at the beginning. Then we're going to have the complete week here. When we get into Sunday, we're going to have a dotted page, then the weekly review, another dotted page, and then the other weeks. So I think that's pretty much it until the end. So let's get to the end. So the last date that we have here is February. And one thing that I think they changed, I don't remember it being like that, is that the color is related to the week and not to the month. So for example, as you can see here, we have a very light purple, and this is the 1st of February, and it didn't change the color for February. It's just the light purple again because it's still Saturday. And if I grab my other planners, I think it's in this one. So this is February. It changed the color to this light pink. And if I grab the second, yeah. So the second is also light purple because it's Sunday. And then the next day, which is Monday, it's already the February color, which is more a dusty brown, dusty pink color. So I thought that was a little bit weird. It doesn't bother me. I just thought it was weird because to me, the most important thing is that the month has the same color. So yeah, it's just a detail that I thought was a little bit different from last year. And then, like I said, in this planner, I'm going to have all of the months. So here we have February, and I only add the monthly view. Then we have March, again, just the monthly view. We also have, one thing that is different from last year. Last year they didn't do the half days like this. When they needed to share a day here, what they did, let me show you in December. Okay, wait. So what they did here was to divide it like this. So we had less space to write stuff, and now this year they decided to do like this. I don't know which one I prefer, but I think I prefer this one. And again, everything is lighter than last year. We have here April, and then we have here June. I'm just going to pass each month so you can see the color of each month. I really love the colors that the owner chose for the planner. And this year she decided to do 3 options for colors of the planner. So you could choose these pastel colors, which I love. You could choose the version that has only 2 colors, which are kind of neutral and more like brown and kind of red. Or you could choose black and white. So she really gave quite a few options in terms of customization, which was very nice. And then here at the back, I put a couple of dividers that I also bought as extra. And these dividers are going to serve as my project tabs. So for my planner here, for example, I have a couple of different projects from my work that I put here on the back, in which I can write down all the informations that I need. So I'm going to use this for the same purpose. And this last one, or almost last one, has a couple different extra sections that I was talking about. So the first one is the sections for meetings. So we have a lot of pages like this one, in which you have the subject of the meeting, the date and the time, if it was online or in person. We have the person that was conducting the meeting. Then we have the participants. Then here we have the agenda with the number of topics and items that were discussed, who was talking about these, and also a couple of notes. Then we have the main points of the meeting, a couple of notes, and the action plan here that you can use. And then at the back, we just have dot grid that we can use to write down notes of the meeting. And I just put 2 pages of these here because I'm not sure if I'm going to use this very often, so I'm just going to try it out. Then we have the fitness and health section that I also added. Here we have vitamins, supplements, and medications. And we have the week that we're taking, the item, so what we're taking, the dose, and also the time that we have to take, and a space to check if we're taking it. Here we have the medical consultations. So we have date, time, the professional, and the specialty that we went to, then the place that we went to, and notes about this. And here we have exams that we took during the year, which is going to be very helpful as well. Then we get into the fitness. We have here the goals for the fitness, date, starting date and ending date. Then we have the initial weight and the final weight. That indicator that tells you how much fat you have, the starting one and the final one as well. Then we have our 3 main goals for fitness and the motivation why we want this. And then here we have the objectives, the measurement objectives. So we have the starting and the end. We have weight, biceps, chest, waist, and other measurements. Then we have here 4 good habits to start and 4 bad habits to stop. And finally here we have a space for our accomplishments. So we have here date, accomplishment or action step, what we got ourselves as a reward, and then a check. Then we have here a exercise plan. For each month we have a different exercise plan. So we have here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and so on. And here we have a space for goals. And I put a couple different pages for this. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages. Then we have the routines section, and here we have the last time that I did something. So here, what was the thing that I did last time? For example, change oil, go to the doctor, clean a specific part of your apartment, something like that. Then the last one, the date, the day and the month, and the next one, which is going to be the day and the month as well. And I have 2 pages of this. Then I have annual routines. For example, mount the Christmas tree, have flea treatment for my cats, things like that. Then we have our 6 months routine, 4 months routine, and then monthly routines here, weekly routines, and finally daily routines. I'm not sure yet how I'm going to use this, so I'm going to think about it, but I think it's going to be very useful. And then the last section that I have here is my budgets section. So we have a bill tracker for 2025. We have a monthly control. So this one is for January. We have the goals, the tasks. So we have space for goals and their tasks. A space to write the goals that I was able to start this month. Things, financial decisions that are good to maintain, and financial decisions that I need to change. Then here on the monthly we have the balance. So my camera's battery died in the middle of the recording, but I was very excited to start using this budget part, so I already filled a couple of things beforehand because I didn't want to wait for the camera battery to charge, and so that's why it's now all filled in. So basically what I was saying is that here we have our balance of the month with the total entry, so everything that we earned, and the total expenses. And these ones are fixed expenses, and these ones are the variable expenses. Then we have the balance, the ending balance. Here we have investments, the balance from before, and the one for this month. Here we have all of our entries, so every type of income that we have. Here I put 3 that are basically my salary. Then here we have the fixed expenses. Here I put my garage, my gas, internet, rent, the building that I pay, electricity, and then phone insurance, bike insurance, my gym subscription, food subscription, something else that I need to pay, and everything that is about my cats and my bike. Finally, here we have a legend to tell us the means of payment. So for example, credit, debit, transaction, anything like that. And here we have our variable expenses. It's starting to be very sunny, so I think I'm gonna close the blinds. So it's a little bit darker, but I think it's better to see it like this. Here on the variable expenses, I already put some things that I expect to spend during January 2025. So I have 3 important birthdays this month, so I already put some money into all of them. I also expect to spend around 150 for transportation, 300 to keep my bike, and going out expenses about 200. Finally, here we have another space for the variable expenses, so plenty of space. And then we have the same for the other months. So in this planner here that I'm going to carry around, I only put 3 months. So this is January, February, and then March. And that's pretty much it for this planner. For the other ones, like I said, I only have the other months. So I have the weeklies and also the dailies for each other month. And I'm going to change between them every 4 months I think. So I'm really excited to start using this planner. As you can see, I already started on the budget section, and I already put a couple of different things on my monthly, but we're going to talk about that on the monthly plan with me video for January 2025. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like it and also subscribe to my channel. I'm hoping to make videos at least once a week next year, but I can't promise anything because I'll be traveling quite a lot, so we'll see. Anyway, bye bye.